First of all, what are the prevalent allergens in the air right now?
Well, we have to look at the season. And during this time of year, the fall, right before the winter, different trees are releasing different antigens into the atmosphere. The wildlife is here. And this is a really weird year. I mean, look, my wife just brought this in from our garden outside. We're still growing watermelon and even a potato. But the bottom line is the wildlife, it's still going, the greenery. And what happens is these antigens are in the air and people get what are called fall allergies. You get the runny nose, and usually with the runny nose, you'll have a post-nasal drip, which can cause the coughing, the sneezing, the itchy eyes. But the take home is we're still in the pandemic. So if you are having these symptoms, is it coronavirus? Could it be allergies? Is it the flu? It's still a good idea. If the symptoms are suspicious enough, go ahead and get checked out with your doctor, or at the minimum, at least at Walgreens or Walmart, you can get a coronavirus test to make sure that you don't have coronavirus. And this is something that we all want to consider.
I actually did get a rapid test this morning, negative, so I just had to make sure, I didn't want to, I did it.
I understand. Hey, Doc, when the antihistamines and over-the-counter medications don't seem to be working, what's the easiest ways to find relief?
Well, like you just mentioned, the antihistamines, this is the frontline treatment, and you don't even have to go see a doctor. You can go to your Walmart, your Walgreens, and pick them up over the counter, and these includes medicines such as your Zyrtec, your Allegra, your Claritin, and for a lot of people it works. Now, if that doesn't work, the next step would be maybe a nasal steroid like your Flonase, and that's over the counter as well. Imagine a doctor giving you information where you don't have to go to the doctor, but at the end of the day, we want people to get well, so you can go and get your antihistamine, your Zyrtec, your Flonase. And if that doesn't work, then maybe go see your doctor. And for those that need to come see us after they failed that treatment, we can try other things. But first, we're going to test to make sure they don't have coronavirus or the flu. But in some cases, we can give them like a Decadron shot. That's a steroid shot. It's really good to dry you up. And if they have a little fever after they tested negative for coronavirus and the flu, we'll probably give them a course of antibiotics.
The symptoms between seasonal allergies, COVID, and the flu, I know it can all be very similar. If you suffer from allergies, what's the telltale sign you might have something more serious?
Well, like we said, if you have the little sniffles, maybe a little runny nose, you try the antihistamine, it clears up, most likely allergies. But you can remember, allergies are more above the chin, and that's like your runny nose, your itchy eyes, your sneezing. But if you have like a lot of coughing, then you have to worry, it could be coronavirus, it could be the flu, it could be a cold, even developing into pneumonia. Also look for fever. Fever is something you really want to consider, because if you have fever, then it's probably a little bit worse to include a bacteria or a virus. And then those body aches, those are signs that it could be the flu or coronavirus. But remember, the loss of taste or smell, that's a telltale for coronavirus. But the take home is, if you're suspicious, go ahead and get checked out, because we're still in the middle of that pandemic. And lastly, if you got your vaccinations, which I know you guys did, and a lot of people are getting them every day, if you do get a breakthrough infection with coronavirus, it's usually a lot milder, and it can be confused with allergies or a common cold. So getting checked out for coronavirus is still a good idea during this pandemic.
All right. Dr. Glenn, always good information out there. Thank you very much for your time.
Hey, thank you for having me.
All right, we'll talk to you again soon.